It's not a groundbreaking statement to say that Eminem is no stranger to controversy. Throughout his entire career, he's constantly been in hot water, especially when it comes to social and political topics. He pretty much laid the groundwork for the piss people off to get famous rappers that would come after him. But this latest controversy that he's found himself in is really stupid. Let's dive into it. So this past Tuesday, yesterday at the time of recording this video, Eminem made an appearance at a Kamala Harris rally in Detroit to introduce Barack Obama, who was also there, which led to Obama rapping the intro to Lose Yourself, a section which contains the line, "But on the surface, he looks calm and ready to drop bombs." So people had a lot of fun pointing out the awkwardness of that. But the main point here is that Eminem openly endorsed this presidential election's Democratic nominee who is running against Donald Trump. And the hellscape known as X-Twitter that has shifted more and more towards becoming a right-wing engagement farm since Elon took it over are not happy about it at all. I grew up obsessed with Eminem, like all I listened to for years. Unfortunately, he is now a pathetic loser. The same guy that wrote all these songs about anti-establishment, going against the grain, just to become a little sheep and do what he is told. Many such cases. Can someone explain to me why Eminem, a bunch of other names, all wealthy men, all with something to lose, felt the need to be vocal about this election, endorse Kamala, and felt the need to speak out against Trump? Why you think they taken this so serious? Yes, that is Plies, the rapper, saying this. And Elon Musk himself, the answer to the question, what if Tony Stark was shit, chimed in by calling Eminem yet another Diddy party participant. Please just ignore the article that's on the screen right now. I'm sure it's not relevant at all. This was probably one of the most hilariously wrong assertions in all of this. Eminem has been throwing jabs at Diddy since the dawn of time. He has never trusted that man. On his most recent album, he literally called Diddy a rapist. It's also just pretty bad form for the owner of a platform as wide-reaching as Twitter to be falsely accusing somebody of attending predatory sex parties. Another user who got involved in a similar way is that Dom Lucre guy saying, "Dear Eminem, you have been selected to be exposed," using an image of him that was, promotional material during the Relapse era, an album where he was portraying a serial killer character, but obviously in this tweet it's used to infer that there is some sort of demonic energy surrounding Eminem. And this is a pretty wild thing to say about somebody else when this is a real article that exists about something that you actually did. This is somebody so desperate for engagement that they literally posted screenshots from an illegal video onto their account and then got reinstated by Elon. So that's just a quick roundup of some of the people weighing in here. What I don't really get is why this is making waves at all. Well, that's a bit of a lie. I do get it. Twitter basically pays people to rage bait now, and one of the fastest and easiest ways to do that is with some of the old grifting. But because of the sheer number of people liking these tweets and agreeing in the replies, I don't think it's too much of a stretch to say that there are some people that genuinely agree with the sentiment that Eminem switched up and suddenly became woke overnight. But you don't even have to look very far back to see that this is extremely consistent with his views. In 2017, on his first album after Trump became president, Eminem made the album cover an image of him face-palming with an overlay of the American flag. That's literally a not so subtle way of him saying, "I am embarrassed by this country right now." It has songs like Home, where Eminem calls Trump an Aryan who should be buried in the first lines.
Someone get this Aryan a sheet. Time to bury him, so tell him to prepare to get impeached.
Are we forgetting the 2017 Awfully Hot Coffee Pot freestyle, which was a whole verse dedicated to dissing Trump? And the year before that, he dropped the a cappella song Campaign Speech, where he talked about waterboarding Trump supporters.
Run the faucet, I'ma dunk a bunch of Trump supporters underwater.
Being anti-Trump is literally like the furthest thing from being a new topic for Eminem. And it can go even further back than that. As mentioned before, a lot of people upset at Eminem about this talk about how he's changed and how they used to love his music before he became a woke grandpa shitting on right-wing presidential candidates. So I guess they just listened to an album like The Eminem Show with their ears turned off then. The last Republican president in the US before Trump, George W. Bush, got very vocal opposition from Eminem throughout pretty much all of his presidency. Did these people just tune out the lyrics for songs like White America, Mosh, We as Americans?
Stomp, push, shove, mush, fuck Bush. Fuck money, I don't rap for dead presidents. I'd rather see the president dead. Send to lead the march right up to the steps of Congress and to the lawns of the White House.
Eminem has never been a supporter of right-wing presidents. It's the mistake of thinking that because he had a super edgy, regressive, alter ego character in his music, that he's not actually a progressive person outside of it. In short, just listen to the music. All the answers are literally within it. Like I said, it is a mixture of people just baiting for a reaction, but there are also some people mixed in there that genuinely just didn't understand Eminem's earlier music. Either they just skimmed through the music, didn't understand it in the first place, or were never actually fans and are just pretending that they were to use it as some kind of slam dunk. Because if you really were listening and paying attention, he's always been outspoken against Trump and politicians of a similar vein. This is absolutely nothing new for Eminem, and it's a heavy misinterpretation of his lyrics to think otherwise. If anyone says that Eminem changed because he endorsed one of the woke lefty candidates this year, direct them to this video. Put in some CDTV promo, okay? Because it's very clear that he really hasn't changed much at all. Not in this regard, at least. It's not the first example of people thinking that a musician or a band was on their side, only to find out later on that that actually isn't the case. But it's always pretty funny when it happens. So, what do you think about this situation? Let me know down in the comments below. I think it's a pretty one-note situation. Eminem really hasn't changed much at all. Maybe there's small nuances you could dig into here, but the overarching theme is that he's never been somebody who is a big supporter of Republican presidency. Like, that's just never been a thing before. A little bit of a different topic for my channel, probably not going to make a bunch of videos like this, but it would also be pretty cool to cover some smaller topics and just get some more videos out there. I don't know, it could be fun. You can click on the screen right here to check out my video ranking Eminem's albums from worst to best, in my opinion, and much love to my Patreon supporters and channel members over there, with a special shout out to I Am Regent, KWG13270, Lucas1123, and Neo Striker.